So this is just kind of an update, just to let everybody know that, I'm still keeping active with my Rebuilding America foundation and just looking through all the hurdles I'm going to have to jump through, looking through the things to make this a proper nonprofit. And as I said, I'm going to be putting together my ministry to be the main management of this program, because my biggest thing is I don't want profiteers getting involved with it. I mean, obviously, it has to make a small amount of profit to be able to make itself self-sustainable, but it's not going to be profit based at all. It's not profit based as far as returns. Let me put it that way. It needs to make enough profit to be self-sustainable and such, but there's no its goal isn't return profit. So I'm looking into all of those things and them kind of rules, and I'm going through it all and just putting all my pieces and putting all the checks in the boxes. And as far as the ministry, it's going to be an all faith ministry. It's not going to be even though I come from an interesting background. My mother's a Catholic, my father's a atheist, and I'm what I guess they would call a deitist. So very interesting religious background. I mean, I believe in God and stuff like that, but yeah, it's I have an interesting background on that to begin with on its own. But yeah, I'm just going through all these things and just trying to get the word out there for the Rebuilding America, and trying to share the links for I got two main YouTube videos. One is a real simplified version of what the goals are. It's like 13 minutes long because it goes through all the goals and the steps, and some of the goals are have multiple goals inside that goal to make each of them goals work. So that's what the mission and goals video is about. And then the other video is just the basics, which is explaining what it is that I'm really trying to do and everything. But I'm keeping it going. I keep saying we because, it is going to be a foundation, and there's going to be people in the background of this. I mean, even my girlfriend to some extent is already in the background, though she's had very little to do with it so far. But yeah, just letting people know that I'm still going and I still have it doing the things that it needs to do. And right now it's just trying to get the word out there. I got a GoFundMe set up and trying to get that to start gaining some traction and gaining some legs. And I do have a couple other little things in mind to start getting the word set up outside of social media. I have been thinking of ways to spread the word about it, and I think I got a really good idea for that I can afford to do very easily to start building it. And I've been reaching out to some other exposure. I've had a couple people reach out to me, and I need to reach back to them, but I'm really cautious about who I just include, because like I said, that's my biggest thing, is watching out for the profiteers. I don't want profiteers destroying this and just taking it for a ride and milking it for all they can and then just leaving everybody high and dry. That's been something that's been going on a lot lately, especially in my industry, in the trucking industry. I mean, there's a couple companies that's exactly why they've gone under, is because, just profiteers from Wall Street just going in and milking the company and dismantling it and taking it for all they can. And then when the company's high and dry, they just walk away and leave everybody holding the bag. This company out of Texas just recently went through that. trying to remember the name of it, MDL or MLD. It's either MLD or MDL, and that's exactly what happened to them. And the guy felt really bad, and they've been doing everything they could to get their drivers back and at least back home. And I know I've seen their trucks around. I mean, I drive all over the country, and it's, you know, even a lot of small companies. There's a lot of small companies out there that I've seen that have gone under, but I've recognized the names because, you know, you see their trucks. Sometimes it's, even though there's 3 million of us out here, when you zigzag the country for 10 years, you do tend to realize, hey, I've seen that truck and I've seen that truck. And when they're small carriers, you know, even like my carrier, I mean, we're just, I think last I knew there was like 25 trucks in this company, and that's including both the company trucks and the owner operators. But there's plenty of people that, you know, they've seen the truck around enough that, you know, when you go by, they're like, yeah, I know that company. But we're a really tiny company that I'm contracted with right now. I don't even actually, that's what I am. I'm a contractor. I'm not even an employee. I'm a contractor. But just letting everybody know though, yeah, I'm definitely keeping this going, and I'm trying to keep the wheels turning. As I say, one of my big obstacles, like yesterday, I couldn't really do much of anything. It was a busy day, and so, you know, I work over 100 hours a week, so I'm limited to how much time I could put in this right now. As it builds more and more traction and gets more and more off the ground, I can start making plans for that transition. I have a couple things that I got to take care of in my own personal life before I can let that transition go completely through. As I said, I went through a divorce, and fortunately there's no long-term issues with that, but I have a couple short-term things that I have to take care of. So I'm taking care of that in the background. I'm doing certain studies as far as my ministry in the background, and I'm working 100 hours a week, and I'm launching this quite ambitious program because it's like I said, it's not a, the biggest thing is if you go back and you watch the other two videos, the basics and the basic statement in the missions and goals, you'll see it's not meant to just simply get the homeless off the street and then throw them out there on their own. It's a all around program that's meant to impact the lives of a lot of people. Even, you know, it starts with the homeless, but it's meant to build out the same way that, you know, the whole economy crashed around the housing market and the auto industry. I'm using this to do it in reverse, you know, as far as sparking the local economies and sparking the economy starting literally on Main Street. We're building from the neighborhood out. So the first goal, you know, obviously to help the homeless though, but there's a lot in the background work of this too that's meant to be do a lot of good for the country. So keeping it out there, we'll keep going, and hopefully soon I'll start getting some people that will start, you know, investing into the fund, and then I can start finding people that I'll need on the initially I'm going to have to use a lot of contractors and things like that, but and they're going to be using their own crews, and then as it gets going and building, and as we help more and more homeless and we get them into my job program, then the cost of the contractors will be going down because we'll be the ones employing all the help for the contractors through our job program. So the contractors will be there more to oversee and make sure things are being done right and keeping everything in line. And that would cut the cost a lot on that side. So it is. It's a really ambitious plan, but I'm keeping it going. So just wanted to let you know I'm still here.